America. America. You know why I say that? Because I just got done watching the most American-made film you're ever going to see. You're ever darn going to see. Minari. It's American. But for some reason, all these award runners want to put it in the best international film category. That's kind of unfair to the other international film categories it could have fit in, because it's not an international film category. It was filmed right here. It was filmed right here in America. How does that work? Huh? What's up, everybody? My name is Jaren, and I talk movies. And if you're just like me and you live within top movies, well, this may just be the place for you, so consider hitting that subscribe button. Minari, directed by Chung, is the newest A24 film that I actually got a screener for months back, but I never got the chance to watch it until today. So it didn't make my 2020 list, and I didn't get to experience it when most people got to experience it for the first time. So I've been craving to just sit down and watch this thing and find out what it's all about. And I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised from the get-go. This is probably the most wholesome A24 film to date, and so I'm so excited to get into it with you guys. A Korean family moves to an Arkansas farm in search of its own American dream. Amidst the challenges of this new life in the strange and rugged Ozarks, they discover the undeniable resilience of family and what really makes a home. So when you think of America, land of the free, home of the brave, this is the country that was built upon immigrants. Immigrants created this country. That means people from all across the world came together to build a new country, a place to start their new life and find freedom. And so when I look at Minari, this is a classic example of what the American dream is and what all of the people who originally came together to create the United States were thinking, what was running through their head. We've got all these boundaries, all these things holding us back from where we're from. So we're going to make a new life for ourselves in this new location to where there's not as many restrictions, and we have all the possibilities in the world of the links that we can go to and the things that we can achieve, as well as providing for our family. And that is the core of this movie. Number one, family, but also just making a life for each other that they will enjoy and that they feel free living. You really see that embodied in the character played by Yeun, because he is the father trying to provide. He's trying to farm and create all of this income for his family and give them a place to live, give them food on the table, give them clothes on their back. He's trying to make sure that they're set up in the best position for just to succeed, to have a better future. It was such a wholesome thing because you see them adapting to the culture and just kind of getting accustomed to certain things that just are normal to us if we live in the United States. But them coming from Korea, they're not going to know exactly how to act around that and how to navigate certain things, but they learn to adapt. And I feel like this family does it in the best way, but they know that the only way that they're going to succeed, the only way that they're going to get far is together. They came here together. They're gonna go somewhere. They're gonna succeed when they're together. The director Chung definitely used a lot of memories from his own personal life to really implement within the story, and this is kind of a majority just a retelling of his childhood, as when he was about 6 years old, they did have to learn to adapt in this new life within Arkansas, and their grandmother, his grandmother, came to live with them. And so there was a lot of things that they were constantly having to adapt to, that were changing, that they had to adjust to, but ultimately he learned in the long run that it sort of made their family stronger together, because when they relied on each other more, when they had to just expect each other to chip in all the way around and to provide these different aspects than we've ever seen before in the relationship, than they had ever witnessed, it really just made their bond even stronger. And so he waited until he was later in life to tell this story and all the experiences that he had really learned. And almost there's like there's like different perspectives from him within this film, because you get the 6-year-old, you get the childlike version, but then you also get like the father, who I bet you can see some of him in as well, as he has gotten older and learning, just seeing it through a different point of view. So I love the way that Chung was able to adapt and kind of integrate some of his own personal experiences to make this feel very personal, make this feel very relevant to him, but also just tell a story that can touch on many's lives, even if they can't directly relate to the story being told. One thing I love about the movie is there's such a core element of acceptance too, because you got to think they're coming to this new country that has already been adapted, integrated, it's established itself, and so you look all around and there's people that don't look like you, but it's acceptance in the fact that they really welcome these people and they really adjust to them and just kind of get used to the fact that there's going to be people that don't look like them, that don't talk like them, but that's okay because they're accepted as well. And not only is that an adjustment period for them, but it's also an adjustment period for everyone who already lived in Arkansas, lived in the United States, coming to see this Korean family be adapted in their hometown, a Korean family in which they don't normally see in their area. So it was a big adjustment period for everyone. It took a huge act of coming together and having unity. And I think this was such a positive, uplifting film when you look at it, because it's something we just really need right now. A story of unity, working together through hard times, coming together in the struggle, and seeing the brighter side of things. I can't stress enough, this is an incredibly important film. It was very impactful, and it touches on things that you don't see very often today. I think my favorite relationship within the film is David and Soonja, played by Yeun, Yuh-jung, and Alan S. Kim. It's the son and the grandmother, because like I said earlier, it's kind of taking it off personal experience from Lee Isaac Chung, as his grandma came to live with them at an early age, and so there's really an adaptation there, and really just getting used to seeing his grandma, who you'd probably normally only see every once in a while, all of a sudden with him every single day. We see their interactions and how she'll be gardening, or she'll just be going about her normal day, and he'll really just start to examine her and follow her around and pick up on the things she does and call things out if they're unlike things that he is used to, or he's got this perspective built up in his mind since being in the United States that has kind of crafted his perception of what a grandmother should be. And so there's a lot of good back and forth there, but I think they play off of each other incredibly well. It's incredibly great chemistry, and those were two of my favorite performances in the entire thing. Alan S. Kim, he gave the best child performance of the past year. I mean, he is outstanding. I can't wait to see what he does next, whether it's in more American-made films, whether it's in more Korean films. He's going to start showing up in more stuff, and it's going to be really fun to watch him progress in his career. The film thrives on simplicity. That's really what drives it the entire runtime. It doesn't have to do too much to really get its point across, and I think you see that in every aspect of the film, with the performances, the story, and also even, you could say, the cinematography. It's not trying to be overly stylistic, but it does enough to serve the purpose of the story and really implement and benefit what's going on around. And because they're adapted into this place that's really filled with farmland, a ton of greenery, there's a ton of bright greens and sort of yellows around here that really just work for the film. When it's a hot summer's day, you feel that. When they're sweating, when they're working out in the field, you feel that. It feels very just southern. It feels like I'm sitting outside of my own house looking around me. And I love the way that they really captured that and brought that to life. It also has an amazing score that, yet again, is not trying to do too much, but really just kind of captures the essence of the immigrants coming over, trying to find a place for themselves, and then when they're establishing, growing, and really just finding their footing. And I feel like, obviously, music drives a film just as much as anything else, and I felt like this one was incredibly well done, well thought out, and really captured the journey along with the story itself very well. That's what I'm saying. It checks off all of the boxes. I don't have any complaints with this movie because it was just incredibly well made. It knows exactly what it's trying to do, and because of that, it's able to really hit its stride early on, and it never loses touch. Seriously, I love when I can do this 2 movies in a row, but I'm gonna have to give Minari a 10 out of 10. Yes, that is so cool when I'm able to give 2 movies a 10 out of 10 a grade in a row. First it was Malcolm and Marie, now it's Minari. 2021 is looking up. Let's hope this trend continues. I'm sure it won't, but a man can dream. So there's my thoughts on Minari. I really hope that you guys take the chance to watch this film when it comes out February 12th. But also, if you would, make sure to comment down below and let me know what you think about this review. Are you excited for the movie? And what is your favorite A24 film to date? I'd like to hear all of that down below. Also, if you would, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure to turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I post a new video. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.